Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Ellie Talks Bible. Coming with you today with something interesting that I've come to find out, and it's about the Essenes. Now, the Essenes aren't directly mentioned in the Bible, but they are mentioned by other historians around the same time that Jesus walked earth, and such as Josephus. But the Essenes were kind of similar to like Pharisees and Sadducees, but instead of trying to cooperate and work alongside and live with the Romans, they thought it would be better to go live out in the wilderness. So that's what they did. They went and lived out towards the Dead Sea in Qumran. Now, Qumran is where the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered. So it is highly likely that the Essenes were responsible for writing these scrolls. And they had this call. They thought that they would walk a certain path that they were called to be like in the old days, where, such like Abraham, where he lived out in the wilderness. They weren't really settled. They lived out in the wild. And a passage that they used a lot that they thought was really relevant to them was Isaiah 40. And it says, "Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem, and proclaim to her that her hard service has been completed, that her sins have been paid for, that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare the way for the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall become level, the rugged place a plain, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all people will see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken." Now, theologians believe that the one crying out in the wilderness, this is actually a reference to John the Baptist. The Essenes were out there in the wilderness clearing a pathway for the Lord. Qumran is less than 3 miles away from the Jordan where John the Baptist baptized Jesus. And Jesus went back out into the wilderness before he started his ministry. I just love seeing how you can go back and read stuff in the Old Testament and it points right to Jesus. Well, that's all I have for you today. I'd like to thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And as always, God bless.